Hey everybody, it's the Silver Scorpion. So I'm gonna make a video for people who are kind of new to silver and stuff like that. Dealing with the older currency, um, things that you may not know. We'll start off. I'll just tell you about pennies. Anything that's 1982 or before is 95% copper. Therefore, it's worth more than a penny. Um, some people stack them and hold them. I happen to be one of those people. As I run across them, I'll hold on to it. Other people don't really care about it. Next thing I'll talk to you about will be nickels. So, nickels have changed a few times over the years. This is going to be your V nickel. As you can tell, it looks different than what you're used to. If you flip it over and look at the back, there's a V on it. It's not a very good nickel. It's been beat up a little bit, but it's all I could get my hand on. So this is one type of nickel. This is a 1916. Some people call them Indian. Some's Buffalo. I call it a Buffalo nickel, but it's got the Indian on the front. And if you look at the back, it's got the Buffalo on there. So these are kind of collectible coins. Some people will pay a little more for them if you run into the right person. Your normal everyday nickel doesn't have any real value to it other than what you know of 5 cent. Now your 1942 to 1945 nickels, those are called war nickels. They're 35% silver. So they're worth holding on to for silver content. It makes them worth, a little more than what they actually are. Now, move on to dimes here. So this is what most people are used to, is this dime. But you have to check your dates on your dimes. Anything that's 1964 or before is 90% silver. So it looks like a regular dime for the most part. That's what you're used to, 10 cents. But the ones that are 1964 or before that date are 90% silver. So a dime that was made before then is called a Liberty. Or a Mercury dime, I'm sorry. Looks like this on the front. And if you flip it over, looks like that on the back. Again, it's silver, 90%, but it's going to be, more value than just a dime. One is going to be collector value, and one's going to be silver value. So it depends upon the person that you're talking to as to, whether they're collecting or they're looking for silver. Either way, they're worth holding on to. So there's your quarters that most people are used to. And again, this one is a 1964. That's a 1958. They look like regular quarters. But silver content. So again, you have 1964 and before is 90% silver. So 1965 to 1970, if I'm not mistaken, they were 40% silver for those couple years. So before they made this type, which everybody's used to, they made some others. So this is Standing Liberty. Again, 90% silver. But you can see it's worn down, so it's lost some of its silver content. I don't know if they went through a vending machine one too many times, or what happened to it, but just want to give you some idea of what they look like. They're kind of hard to find. Now, from quarters you can move up to your half dollars. I'm fairly certain everybody knows what these are. They're pretty easy to come across. However, 1964 and before that date, they're 90% silver. 1965 to 1970, again, they're 40% silver. After that, after 1970, there's no silver left in them. So, and I mean, backs look like this, in case you haven't ever seen them. So a lot of these coins like to tarnish it a little bit, because the silver tarnish is pretty easy. Now, before these, there was numerous other 50-cent pieces made. So you got a 1825, a 1875, and a 1900. So all of them are half dollars. However, these are worth quite a bit to a collector. And they're all 90% silver, because it was before 1964. So to move on, you can go to the dollar coins. So here's some of your older dollar coins. 90% silver. These do happen to be my favorites to collect. And you'll pay a pretty good dollar amount for them if you run across them. But I mean, there's quite a bit of silver content in them. So you have to figure out your percentages and what they're worth and in silver and all that. Now these are also dollars. And as y'all know, our dollars have changed some. You know, here's the other two. I'll put them back out there. So you can see, you know, she's got a crown, spiked. This one's just got, you know, it looks like a couple leaves or some wheat or something up there. These are older. This is a 1923 and a 1922. And again, 90% silver. But you see what the backs look like. The eagle's different, way different. And some of your newer silver dollars, as they call them, are not silver. They're made of other metals. But, you know, I'm just speaking about silver content in your old money, just to give y'all some idea, some information. I hate it when people go through their pocket change and, you know, they're paying with silver coins and don't even know it. Now I'm going to show y'all these. They look like those silver dollars, don't they? But they're not. They're remakes. They say 1 troy ounce on there. 999 fine silver. This one says the same, but it's kind of hard to read it the way it is. So you have to know what you're looking at and trying to pick up. As you can tell, there's no date on the front of them. So that's all part of learning and knowing what you're dealing with. It comes with time and learning from people who know what they're talking about and different things like that. Now that's called junk silver or constitutional silver. Different people call it different things. With that said, we'll move on to your fine silvers. Your more recognized or mostly recognized coins are going to be these two. Okay. All right. So with these are your most recognized. This is made in the United States of America, if you can see it written on there. And it says 1 ounce fine silver. All right. And this is going to be 3/9 fine silver. This is what the U.S. makes, and this is the more highly recognized coin than pretty much any of them. So these are your Canadian maple leaves. Of course, this one's got a dog on it because that was the year of the dog. This little spot right here, that's one of your security features on some of your newer ones. So this one over here is a 2018. It says $5 on it. And this one over here is a 2016. So these are the second most famous from everything that I've seen of, your fine silver. Now, I don't know if you can read it. This is 4/9 fine silver. Alright, so this one is 3/9 fine. These are 4/9 fine. Not really much of a difference when you're talking about, that decimal spot, but some people prefer to only stack the 4/9 fine, and some people, it doesn't matter. Some just like the 3/9 fine. So getting into some of the other coins that are made. So this is your Cougarand. And you always want to look if it, 1/9 fine silver. This is your flying fish. So this one right here is one of the kind of newer things. I should probably flip these over, but that's your Mandalorian Mythosaur coin. It's a 2020 1 ounce silver, $2 denomination. So if you're interested in these, I'll let you see the back side of the bags there so you can see what it is. Your Cougarand and your flying fish. So I got all these from AppMax. You can go online and find them. The prices of this stuff change from day to day, sometimes hour to hour, because the silver price is constantly going up and down and changing. So, you don't ever really know what you have. So, your silver prices change, and all these big companies, the silver price updates, every couple seconds or whatever. Quite often it's at the top of the screen. So your coin prices are going to change. These normally have some type of premium added to them, as well as these that I already showed you. Depending upon how much somebody likes something or what the little mintage number is on it and stuff like that, as to what the premium is going to be most of the time. So this is some of your more collectible things, which they add a premium to, depending upon what it is and how many they're making. You got your 007, the Black Flag, Black Bart, Royal Fortune series. That's going to be this one right here. So there's two out in the series. The other one doesn't have the skull on it. It's just got the ship, and I believe it's going the other direction. I don't have one of those. 007, your Jurassic Park. Up here is Zeus coins. Now, I don't remember the mintage on this. It was, in my opinion, on up there a little ways. This come out the same time. This is antiqued. That's why it looks different. The mintage on this was a lot lower. So this coin cost more than this coin did. Even though they come out at the same time, they both basically say the same thing. But this one is harder to get a hold of. This one sells out faster. So if you don't get one then, you don't have a chance to get one, ever again, unless you buy it from somebody. And they're going to charge you for it. They're going to run the price up on you because you can't get it anywhere else. So some of this stuff you want to buy just as soon as it comes out. And it takes some practice, learning some of this stuff and figuring it all out. Now, with that being said, there's other types of coins. Everything I showed you up till now was a 1 ounce. Well, this is a 2 ounce. So, of course, it costs double. As you can see, it's quite a bit thicker there. I still got it in the package. This one was a little difficult for me to get a hold of, but I found it. Again, I got it from Max. It's Silver Creatures of the North series. This is the Kraken. That's what that's called. And that's a 2 ounce coin, so the price is going to be doubled. If spot price is $20 for silver for an ounce, you're going to automatically, it's going to be $40 for it, plus whatever premium they add to it. Now this is a series, and it's the first time I'd seen, a triangular coin. I thought they were quite neat. So there's 3 out in the series now. There's supposed to be 4 in the series. The 4th one hasn't come out yet. And you have to spin these upside down to read the date and the name. But it says 1 ounce 999 AG. So it's 999 fine. This is what the fronts look like. I'm sorry, it's not picking up too well. So they just put out one of these, just like they did of this. Okay, so these are all shiny and silver, and this is antiqued. So they just put out one of these that's antiqued, and of course, spot price at the time I think was $27 an ounce, and I had to pay $55 for the coin. There's only supposed to be, I think it was 1,000 coins made worldwide. So the one they did was for the first one in the series of these. And it's my understanding they're going to do the antique coin for each one of these in the series as well. So it should be 4 antiques and 4 of your normal coins. So the antique one, as I said, I paid $55 plus shipping. So it ran me close to $100 for it. For something that its silver contents was only worth, $27 at the time or whatever it was. But that's where you're getting into your collector stuff and things that have low mintages and stuff like that, just to try to get something that should be worth something later, that you can sell somebody and make a couple dollars off of because they didn't get it then or they didn't know about it. And these fall into these categories. Those are the 2 I showed you earlier because, they're not actual silver dollars. They're replicas or whatever. So that's just kind of an overview of some of my stuff here. Just wanted to give y'all a little bit of information. So your important dates again are 1964 and below. 90% silver. 1964 or 1965 to 1970 is 40% silver. That's only going to be for your dollars, silver dollars, 50-cent pieces, and quarters. Your dimes are just 1964 and below. And then when it gets to your nickels, you're looking at your war nickels, which are 1942 to 1945, and they're 35% silver. and your pennies is 1982 and below for 95% copper. That's what they're made out of. So, like always, any questions? Some of the guys that are in my community, if they see this and I said something wrong, they'll correct it down in the comments. But if you have any questions or need anything, any information on anything or anything like that, feel free to send me a message. My email is in my bio. You can email me. You can post on this. Whatever you want to do. If I don't know the answer, I'll find it for you. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night. And go find you some silver. It's fun.